and welcome to the Roy Rogers Riders Club.
Thrill again to the thundering hooves and cattle stampedes, barroom brawls, and shootouts of classic Western features and TV shows. Annie Oakley, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, John Wayne, and all their cowboy pals and sidekicks roam the West once more. Heroes never die on ComedyMX Channels. They just ride off into the sunset.
The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his golden palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Well, riders, Trigger here is raring to go, so let's get started with today's story.
I tell you, we gotta ship that stock right away. Now, we need the money.
Why do we need money? We've got a nice balance in our ledgers.
Oh, that could be wiped out overnight.
Now listen to me, Bill. You're hiding something from me. Now what's the truth of the matter? Have you been doctoring those books again?
Are you accusing me of stealing?
Well, not exactly, but it wouldn't be the first time you pulled a fast one.
I'll pull a fast one, all right.
Of all the cold-blooded murders.
That's right. And it's too bad you were around to see it.
Give me that gun.
Not so fast, Sonny. What happened to Zach? Get the deputy. Tom just shot him.
Why, you dirty, lying little...
Shut up! Or you'll get the same as Zach got.
Did you get them off?
Yeah, they were over near the pasture.
Good.
When the sheriff say he'd be back?
He didn't say. He went up to Paradise Valley. Hey, that's the deputy sheriff and Bill Eaton chasing Tom Larrabee.
Yeah, and it looks like Tom's got himself into some trouble.
They'll never catch Tom. He knows this country like he knows his own saddle.
Well, what are you grinning about? Tom's a fugitive, or Jake wouldn't be after him.
Yeah, I never did like Bill Eaton and that hair-trigger temper of his. What are you grinning about?
I never did like him either.
What do you say we go see what it's all about?
That's a deal.
Let's split up. Maybe we can find him.
Doggone. I wonder where he could have got to. Well, he can't be far. Let's keep looking.
Saw something?
Yeah, a murderer.
A murderer?
That's right, Miss Evans. Tom Larrabee.
I don't believe it.
He just murdered Zachary. You sure? Tom never seemed like the killer type to me.
You see this? You recognize the initials carved on it?
Yeah. Well, it could be Tom.
Well, that's the gun that did it. We're taking it into town for evidence.
I can't understand him going berserk like this. What happened?
Well, Zach bawled Tom out for neglecting his fence riding. All of a sudden, Tom loses his temper, pulls his gun, and shoots Zach right through the heart. Well, then I grabbed his gun and held him until Jake got here.
Well, let's get back to Mineral City and form a posse. Tom can't get far handcuffed.
That's a good idea.
Bullet, go find him. Okay, Tom, you can come out now.
You and Bullet think you're pretty smart, don't you?
No, but we kind of outsmarted Bill and Jake.
What happened? Bill Eaton killed Zachary with my gun. Now he's trying to pin it on me.
He's got your gun, and he can make it pretty rough on you.
I know. It's my word against his. Couldn't have happened at a worse time.
What do you mean?
My girl Ellen, she's getting into town today. We're going to get married.
Don't worry, Tom. If she loves you, she won't believe you're a killer.
But that uncle of hers, he'll make her think different. He keeps telling her I'm no good. Help me get these off, Roy, and square myself.
I'll help you, Tom, but you'll have to do as I say.
What's that?
You'll have to give yourself up.
Give myself up?
It's the only way, Tom. While you're in jail waiting trial, it'll give me a chance to do some scouting around.
Roy's right, Tom. If you run away, you'll only get yourself in deeper.
But what about Ellen?
I'll talk to her.
Well, okay. But I still don't like it. That Bill Eaton's pretty smart. He'll get me hung yet.
Not if you're innocent. Come on, let's go back to town. Come on, Bullet.
Don't worry about Ellen, Tom. I'll take care of her.
Thanks, Sarah.
I tell you, Sheriff, it was a plain case of cold-blooded murder.
Wait a minute, Bill. Well, Roy, where'd you find him?
Tom decided to give himself up, Sheriff.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, we was just organizing a posse.
Looks bad for you, Tom, running away like that.
That's what Dale said. That's why I gave myself up to Roy here.
Listen, Sheriff, I didn't kill Zach. Bill Eaton here killed him, and now he's trying to frame me.
Boy, you sniveling liar. There ain't a crook inside a prison doesn't claim he was framed.
Wait a minute. Pipe down, both of you. Tom, I'm holding you for the murder of John Zachary till court convenes next week. Jake, put him in a cell.
I've got one just his size.
Well, here we are. I told you that no good saddle tramp wouldn't be here to meet us. I don't understand what you see in that cowboy.
He's the man I'm going to marry.
I haven't given my consent, my dear. And I never will.
I'm over 21.
If I didn't have business here in Mineral City, I'd never have brought you here.
Then I'd have come myself. You're Ellen Kelsey, aren't you? That's right. I'm Dale Evans. Tom Larrabee asked me to meet you. Well, nothing's happened to him. No. I tell you, let's have a cup of coffee, shall we? I'd like to talk with you.
Well, is he sick or?
Oh, he's in fine health. Pat, will you take Miss Kelsey back to the restaurant? I'll meet you on the...
Hey. You with the high heels and the low forehead. Take my bag, too.
What's the matter with you, mister? Your arm broke?
The young lady's with me. Miss Kelsey's my niece.
Well, I'll bet she's about as happy with that as a woodpecker is with a sore bill.
Well, that's the story, miss. Tom says he was framed, and Bill says he wasn't. I guess it'll be up to the court to decide.
Framed? Why, there isn't a crook in prison that doesn't claim he's framed.
It sounds kind of familiar, Mr. Kelsey. Bill Eaton said the same thing. You don't happen to know him, do you?
As a matter of fact, I do. I came out here to talk business with him.
Dale, will they let me see Tom?
Of course they will, honey.
I'll never believe that Tom is guilty. He's always been kind and honest.
I told you Tom was no good.
I've just got to see him.
Well, I want no part of him. I'll wait for you here.
Well, it's about time you got here.
Getting that money wasn't easy.
Well, what's the dope?
It's all settled. I take over the ranch only...
Only what?
Only I get a bigger end of the profit.
Why?
Because I'm fixing things so there won't be any trouble.
What do you mean?
I understand Zach is dead.
Yeah, he's murdered by one of our hands.
That makes it easier for you to sell, doesn't it?
What are you driving at?
Take it easy, Bill. Take it easy. I'm only stating facts. A survivor in a partnership like this gets the whole business. That means a double profit for you. So I want a bigger cut.
Okay, but first I want to see the color of the money.
That'll come. But I want to see the legal papers and the deed. Then we'll settle the price.
They're at the ranch. You'll have to come out there.
Okay.
You do believe me, don't you?
Of course I believe you, Tom.
Now, if we can just convince them.
I think Roy Rogers is on your side.
I know he is. He'll get me out of this. He promised to help.
I hope he can.
Roy will do it all right. Before you know it, Bill Eaton will be in jail instead of me.
Whoa, take it easy. What's the hurry?
You know what I just heard over at the bank?
What?
Bill Eaton's selling his ranch to that gal's uncle.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, seems kind of funny he'd sell out right after his partner gets killed.
Well, maybe Bill didn't want to run the ranch alone.
Maybe he just wants to grab a chunk of money and clear out.
Come to think of it, Zach didn't have any heirs. That'd leave the ranch free and clear to Eaton.
Mighty convenient, ain't it?
What do you say we ride out and have a talk with Mr. Eaton?
Right.
They didn't know I was listening. But I heard Tom say Roy Rogers was going to get after you and put you behind bars.
That Rogers. Always sticking his nose in other people's business. You get back to town, Jake. I'll handle Rogers.
Why are you so worried about Rogers, Bill? You didn't kill Zach yourself, did you?
Suppose I did. Nobody can prove it. He was shot with Tom's gun, and that's what'll stand up in court.
Will it? Suppose Rogers comes snooping around.
Suppose he does. He can't find anything.
Now, wait a minute. Don't be so darn stubborn. We've got a lot of cash at stake, and we can't take chances.
I reckon we can't. We'd better get back into town and take care of Rogers.
That suits me, because if Rogers gets Tom free, he's going to marry my niece. I don't want that to happen.
Why not? Is it her money you're using to buy me out?
Maybe.
And it looks like we're in this together. I don't carry a gun, but I see you're well heeled. I'll get my rifle.
I just saw Rogers and Brady heading this way.
You get back to town. We'll handle Rogers. This is a good spot. They gotta come through here.
Okay.
I knew.
Can't get at him now. Better get out of here.
Okay, you're on. I'll cover you.
We almost got it. Hit and run, huh? Did you get a look at them lizard herders?
No, by the time I got up there, they were gone. We might as well keep going to the Easy Ranch.
Well, howdy, Roy.
Hi, Bill.
Hello there, Pat. You two fellas know Martin Kelsey, don't you?
Sure, we've met.
Anything wrong?
Yes, plenty. Somebody tried to ambush us on our way out here.
Ambushed?
Say, that's too bad, fellas. Did you see who did it?
No. You didn't happen to see any strangers around your ranch here, did you?
No. Mighty funny how they disappeared so quick.
You fellas don't think we had anything to do with that ambush, do you? Take a look at that.
Well, this hasn't been shot. And Bill, you don't carry a gun.
That's right. One of those bushwhackers was carrying a rifle. You got a rifle?
It's only a hunting rifle. I haven't used it since last fall. Well, maybe you fellas would like to examine that, too.
That might not be a bad idea.
Look, I don't like you two busting in here this way and acting like we done the bushwhacking.
Now, take it easy, Bill.
Well, I don't know what you two want here, but I'm sure it ain't a friendly visit, so why don't you get going?
Now, listen to me, Bill. Tom was a friend of mine.
Oh, well, if you're a friend of that sneaking, murdering saddle tramp, you're no friend of mine, so get out of here. You didn't have those guns on. Get out of here, both of you!
Rather be under the same rock with a rattler.
Come on, Pat, let's get out of here. We'll come back when everybody's a little more level-headed.
How about my gun?
If you'd been more my age, I'd have taken them apart like $1 watch.
Shouldn't have lost your temper like that, Bill. You gave yourself away when you snatched that gun out of my holster.
So what?
Isn't that the way Zach was killed?
I'll tell you one thing, Martin. Them two fellas just signed their own death warrant.
You seem to be doing some pretty heavy thinking, Roy.
I am, Dale. I'm thinking that Bill Eaton gave himself away when he snatched Martin's gun. Maybe Zach was killed that way.
Yeah, but thinking and proving are two different things.
Well, I think we ought to have a look at that hunting rifle of Bill's.
Yeah, maybe we can find a six-shooter's been fired recently.
Let's go out and have a look at that ranch.
Okay. And if Bill Eaton gets in my way, I'll hit him so hard it'll jar his kinfolks in their doghouses.
No, you don't. You're staying here and looking after that jaw. Bullet, watch after Pat.
Wait a minute, Roy. Here comes Martin. I wonder what he wants.
Howdy.
All right.
My niece inside?
I guess so.
Thanks.
Bill's alone with his ranch. We couldn't have picked a better time.
Let's go.
Why won't you move out to the ranch?
Because I want to stay here.
I suppose it's because you can visit Tom in jail.
Yes, for one thing. And for another thing, I like it here.
Now listen, Ellen. There's no reason for our being angry with each other. I'm the only kin you've got.
Then please try and understand, Uncle Martin.
Oh, how's your jaw?
Oh, it don't bother me enough to keep it from wagging at the right time.
Is he asleep?
Yeah.
Come on outside. I want to talk to you. Jake, you got to frame it so Tom escapes. Things are getting too hot for us.
How's Tom's escaping going to help matters?
He won't escape far without a bullet in his back.
Oh, no. I ain't killing nobody.
You just get him out of jail. Bill and I'll do the rest. Tell him a necktie party's coming after him. You're giving him a break.
Okay, but what about the sheriff?
Have Tom tie you up, but be sure that it looks good.
fired. It hasn't been reloaded yet.
Hey, this door's locked. Maybe the rifle's in here.
Let's search the desk for a key.
There's one.
Try it. I thought I heard something. What are you two doing here? Stay away from that door. I'll have the law on both of you for breaking and entering. Put that rifle back.
This rifle's been fired, too.
While you're calling the law, you might tell them what you use these guns for.
That's not my gun. That belongs to Martin.
How about the rifle?
Well, that's mine, but I used it on a jackrabbit this afternoon.
I thought you said you hadn't been hunting since last fall. You never carry a gun, yet here's a six-shooter and a rifle that's both been fired recently.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
We're taking these along to the sheriff. Come on, Dale.
Well, go ahead. I'll tell him how you broke into my house.
Jake!
Who did this, Jake? Tom Larrabee. Who do you think? I was going to give him his supper, and he knocked me out with that stool.
Funny you didn't take your gun.
Yeah, ain't it? Well, I'd better hurry up and tell the sheriff so he can form a posse.
You just better take it easy. You've been knocked out. Dale, will you run over to the sheriff's house and bring him back here pronto?
I sure will.
Where do you think you're going, Bill?
I'm getting out of here. Rogers found those guns. He's taken them to the sheriff.
Take it easy, Bill. I got things fixed. The sheriff's going to be plenty busy tonight. I had Jake let Tom out.
What? Why did you do that?
Well, I'm figuring he'll come here for a showdown. Then we'll take care of him for good.
Yeah, that's right. There's no law against shooting an escaping prisoner. And while we're waiting, you can pay me up my money.
Okay with me.
I can't understand how he hit you with that stool. What did you do? Walk into the cell with your eyes closed?
He didn't hit him, Sheriff. There's no mark on him. Besides, why didn't Tom take his gun?
Well, he took my horse.
George, you're right, Roy. There's something fishy about this.
I think you're in cahoots with Eaton and you let Tom go.
Why would I do a fool thing like that?
Because you knew he'd go straight to the EZ Ranch. Bill and Martin are probably there waiting for him right now.
No!
All right. Now you can stay right here until we get this thing straightened out.
Let's get out to the EZ Ranch. We haven't any time to lose.
And when things blow over, you'll get the rest of your money.
Nothing doing. I want all my money now.
I thought you were more interested in saving your skin.
If you think you're going to blackmail me, you better not try it.
You're not in a position to tell me what to do.
Oh, no? Hold it, Bill. It's okay with me, only keep that wildcat off me.
I thought you didn't carry a gun, Bill.
Well, that gun's not mine. It belongs to Martin. Tom rushed in here and grabbed Martin's gun and killed him. And I took the gun away from Tom in self-defense.
That's a lie. Bill pulled the same trick on Martin that he did on Zach. I saw it all from the window here.
You're in no position to testify about anything, Tom. You broke jail, and I'm taking you back there. We'll get the truth of this matter.
Now's the time, Pat. Get Bill sore. Hurry up. Huh? Get him sore enough, and we'll settle this thing right here and now.
I know what you mean, but why do I always have to be the guinea pig? Listen, that story you told is as phony as a jackass carrying a power puff.
Shut up! This is none of your concern.
You killed Martin. Not only that, you killed Zach in cold blood. You know jail ain't good enough for you. You ought to be tarred and feathered and rid out of town on a rail, and then left there hanging at the highest pine tree in the country to poison the buzzards.
There you are, Sheriff. That's the way he does it.
Yes, he doesn't carry a gun himself, but he's mighty spry about grabbing one out of someone else's holster.
So that's the gag, huh? Well, you hung yourself that time. Tom, I got a better place for these cuffs.
Did you have to wait so long to shoot?
Well, I had to give him a chance to grab your gun.
Well, sure. Otherwise, the experiment wouldn't have worked.
Well, the next time you're experimenting, why don't you do it with something safe, like dynamite?
Roy and Dale, I'd like to thank you for believing in me.
Well, it isn't hard to believe in someone that's always done right.
That's right, Tom. A person's got to have faith in someone he knows to be good.
Thanks, Roy.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again. The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his golden palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Jim. You got quite a write-up.
Yeah. Thanks for engineering the break, Frank. But since I took the rap for our last job, I figure you owed me that much.
I always try to serve my clients, Jim.
Cut it. You wouldn't even have defended me, much less set up the break. Except I hid the tape before the law tagged me. You know that as well as I do. You keep the securities and government papers. I'll take the cash.
All the cash, Jim?
Yeah, Frank. You're getting the big end. See, I know what those government papers are. And I know you'll sell them. There's heavy money buyers for those things. Well, don't take any... You shouldn't have done that, Frank. Murder will get you in a lot of trouble.
You're getting to be pretty handy, Russ.
He should learn not to peek into windows. Get a wagon and dump him out in the desert. The buzzards will do a good job of undertaking.
Thanks, Roy, for giving us a hand.
You're welcome, Sheriff. Checking boxcars all night's a little out of my line, but I'm sure glad to help out.
Good morning.
Hi, Dale.
Dale. Hey, you fellas look like you've been working a little bit. Find any trace of your man, Sherry?
No, I didn't, Dale. Maybe he hasn't had time to reach this far yet. Oh, build me a plate of ham and eggs, will you?
Me too. I'm starved.
Make it 3.
Ham man on 3.
Ham man on 3.
Say, wasn't it the capture of Harris that got you elected, Sheriff?
Well, maybe it helped.
It says here that part of the loot was secret government papers related to chemical warfare.
Those boys upstate ought to keep that jailhouse locked up.
Why do you think he'd head this way?
Well, Frank Sheldon defended him at his trial. Now, Harris might want to pay him a visit. You see, the kid might be pretty sore about that 10-year stretch that Sheldon let him take. Harris! Visiting old friends? You're under arrest, Jim.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. I'm not Jim Harris.
Well, if you're not Jim Harris, you're his twin brother.
That's exactly who I am. His twin brother.
There's something new for you, Tom. Furnishing an outlaw with an alibi.
All right, let's go, Jim.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. I'm Jim's brother, honest. I haven't even seen Jim in a long time. Frank Sheldon, a lawyer here in town, wrote me. He had some news about Jim. That's why I rode down here.
You can check on his story. Take him to Sheldon's office.
All right, let's go.
He sure didn't look like no outlaw to me.
Yeah, but you can't always tell by looks.
I hope Mr. Sheldon's in. He can vouch for me. Right here.
Oh, hello, Roy.
Hi, Mr. Sheldon.
Sheriff, what brings you? Well, Jim.
No, Mr. Sheldon. I'm Bill Harris, Jim's brother. I got your letter asking me to come down here.
A letter? What letter?
You have a letter, Bill?
Why, no, I didn't keep it.
You see, Sheriff, I never heard of Bill Harris.
But, Sheriff, he's lying. Do I look like a guy who spent the last 2 years in jail? Look at my complexion. My hands. Do they look like I've been working on a rock pile? I don't know why Sheldon brought me down here. Only he can tell you that. But I didn't come for a vacation. I quit a good job in town because I thought this was important. I thought maybe Sheldon had some new evidence, something that would help my brother.
Quiet, Bullet.
Jim, I defended you at your trial. You should know me well enough to realize that I'm honest. I can't tell Roy and the sheriff that you're not Jim Harris when I'm positive you are.
Why, you lying? There we are, all of you.
You'll never win any arguments this way, fella.
Give me a break. I'm not Jim Harris. Turn me loose and I'll find him for you.
But the sheriff and Sheldon both identified you.
Sheldon's lying. He did write me. I got a letter from him. Please, Mr. Rogers, believe me.
All right, Bill. I'm going to go along with you. But here's what you have to do. You better go to my ranch, the Double R Bar. It's about 1.5 miles down the road on the right-hand side. Camp at the bunkhouse until I get there.
Thanks.
You're sticking your neck way out, Roy.
We'll have to take that chance. We don't want the wrong one to go to jail. It's open.
Maybe someone's in there. Be careful.
Harris, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to go to the ranch.
Well, I got to thinking that maybe I could find a copy of that letter Sheldon wrote me.
Well, he wouldn't be foolish enough to leave that lay around. But he had to have your address. Let's see if we can find that.
I guess we're just out of luck, boys.
There's got to be something. You can always run out, Bill.
After you trusted me the way you have, Roy?
What are you doing here, Nosy?
He acts like he wants to take a look in there.
Let's get out of here. I think we've hit the jackpot. Come on, Bullet.
Hey, Pat, bring me a screwdriver. Just some old insurance policies. Looks like we're going to have...
United States Army Chemical Warfare Division, highly confidential.
Well, these are the government papers that were stolen in that robbery your brother was sent up for. Stolen papers, towel with a bullet hole in it, blood spots on the floor. Bill, looks like this puts you in the clear, but I'm afraid it puts your brother in his grave. You've got to stay out of sight until we can prove he's dead. So go to my ranch and stay there.
Okay, Roy.
This is serious business, Dale.
Yeah, and I'm afraid Sheldon's going to be gunning for you and Bill when he finds these papers are gone.
That's for sure. Pat, hide this box. Dale, put these papers in your safe. I'll wire the federal authorities in the morning and have them send a man out here and pick up these papers.
Right, Roy.
We got here as fast as we could, boss. What's up?
The government papers are gone, and Walden, the agent that's going to buy them, is due at my place this afternoon.
You got any idea who took them?
It narrows down to Rogers or young Harris. If he has those papers, he's headed for the Railhead Telegraph Office. Cut him off and see if he doesn't get there. I'm going to have a talk with Miss Evans. Good morning, Dale. How about feeding a hungry man?
Good morning, Mr. Sheldon. You're out a little early this morning, aren't you?
Well, in my business, you have to get up early, just in case somebody's trying to outsmart you.
Oh? How about a nice plate of ham and eggs?
You read my mind. That's just what I'll have.
Ham and make it snappy.
Yes, ma'am.
Let him down, Russ. Let's see if he's packing any mail.
All right, that's all, cowboy. Now get on your horse, smart boy. We're going to tie you up until we find out what the boss wants to do with you.
Get down. All right, inside. sorry.
These boys play a little rough.
When's Roy coming back?
Almost any time. I think he should be here right now, pretty soon. Oh, there goes Roy now.
Oh, be seeing you.
Oh, what a close call.
Good morning, Frank.
Hiya, Roy. What can I do for you?
I ran into a couple of your boys this morning. They got a little trigger happy. So I tied them up and left them in that cabin out by Starvation Rock.
Good. Glad you did. They've been getting a little frisky lately. Maybe this will teach them a lesson.
You tell them the next time they get playful, I'll let the sheriff cool them off.
I'll do that. Get out to the cabin at Salvation Rocks and unwrap Coburn and Dixon.
But how did they get...
Never mind how. Get going. I got a plan to set up.
Roy, I found him. I found my brother. He's dead. They killed him, Roy. They killed him. Take it easy, Bill. Where is he? A couple of miles outside of town. Let's go.
Hello. How do you do? I'm looking for a Mr. Roy Rogers. Well, he isn't here, and I don't know where we could reach him right at the moment. Well, is there a Miss Evans here? I'm Dale Evans. I'm with the federal government, Miss Evans. My name is Walden. Could we talk in private somewhere? Of course. Right over here. Miss Evans, my department received a telegram regarding some stolen government papers. My superior and I came out to check on it. Yes, Roy sent that telegram. I know all about it. Also about the papers. And that's fine. As long as Mr. Rogers isn't here, I wonder if you'd go with me to my superior and give him the details. That way no time would be wasted. Be glad to. I'll phone him that we're coming, if I may. Say, I hope you have a car. I'm not much of a horsewoman. Well, we have something here that once resembled a car. The phone's right over here. Take the next lane to the right. But that's Frank Sheldon's place. Let's not argue.
Hi, Sheriff. We just came by your office to see you.
Now, don't try to get away this time, Harris. Roy, I've been looking for you. You're in serious trouble. You've been harboring a fugitive. It's my duty to take
Now, wait a minute, Sheriff. This is Bill Harris. Jim Harris is out on the desert dead. I've just seen his body.
Dead? Are you sure of that, Roy?
I'm positive. And I'm positive I know who killed him. Sheldon and his men. What's more, they took the government paper Jim Harris stole in the robbery. Dale has them now. Where is Dale, Pat?
I was hoping you'd ask me that. A woman government agent come here and got Dale.
A woman government agent?
Yeah, they went to see this woman's superior about them secret papers. They ought to be back any minute, though, because Dale was driving Nellybelle.
Well, Sheriff, we just will sit down and coffee up. If she's driving Nellybelle, we have quite a wait in store for us.
There's... Oh, a telegram for you, Mr. Rogers. Sign right there.
Thanks. Oh, thanks to you. Gosh, enough to buy 2 or 3 comic books. This must be a confirmation from Washington. Says 2 government men, Connors and Williams, will arrive this afternoon by plane. Doesn't mention a woman.
Well, it was a woman Dale went away with.
Where'd they go? Did Dale say?
No. This woman telephoned her superior from here, but they didn't say where they was going.
Sheriff, can you trace that call?
Hello, Betsy. Say, this is the sheriff. I'm over at Dale's Cafe. Say, listen, a woman put in a call from here about a half hour ago. Do you remember who she called? You sure of that? Thanks. She called Frank Sheldon's ranch.
Sheldon's ranch? Then that means... Come on.
Here they come. Well, Miss Evans.
Well, Mr. Sheldon?
Some papers were stolen from my office. You've either got them on you or you can tell us where they are.
I can't tell you anything, and I wouldn't if I could.
We'll start by searching her. Walden, take her into the harness room. Come on, grab her. Let's get that Jeep out of sight.
There's Nellybelle. Yeah, that means they've got Dale in the barn. Sheriff, you and Randall wait for a high sign from me and then move in the front way. Pat, you and Bill come with me. Bullet, you better stay here. You two stay here. When I'm sure Dale's inside, I'll call you.
There you are. You're lucky to get it at that price.
Paid more than I should have.
What's money when your government is spending it?
I'll take the Jeep and ditch it in the next town.
It's the sheriff and his deputy. They're headed this way.
Duck into that stall. The cattle in feedlot 3 go first, isn't that? Say, what's this?
Call it what you like, Sheldon, but you and your men are under arrest for the murder of Jim Harris, the theft of government papers, and the abduction of Dale Evans.
Just a minute. You're making a lot of wild charges. Have you got a search warrant?
Well, no, but I
Then
can
get off my property this minute, or face prosecution for trespassing.
I've got the only search warrant we need. Where's Dale? Toss your guns.
Wait a minute, Randall. Let's stay out of this. Roy and the boys seem to be enjoying themselves.
Good boy, Bullet.
those papers back.
What papers?
Who has them, Dale?
I don't know who has them now, but this character took them from me.
With the authority vested in me by the County of Wallapache, I hereby bestow on Bullet Rogers the honorary title of Deputy Sheriff in recognition of his distinguished service to his country, his state, his county, and the citizens of Mineral City. We of this community are both proud and grateful to our distinguished fellow citizen for his courageous service to the federal government.
With the authority not invested in me by the country, or the state, or the county, or not even by the citizens of Mineral City, I present you, Nellybelle Brady, with the honorary rank of Sergeant Major of the Whackets.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails.